Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Girls That Manifest. Today we're talking about manifesting opulence. What is even that, Elise? I can hear you saying that right now. So opulence is really just a fancy word for abundance, overflow, more than enough. Just your cup overfloweth of all of the peace, joy, love, bliss, abundance, money, overflow, goodness, like everything you could possibly imagine. And this is so much easier to tap into than we think, right? We think, oh, because it feels so big, it's going to be a big thing to work towards. It's going to be a big thing to go after. But the truth is, nothing that we desire is actually big. I say this all the time. Everything we desire, no matter how massive we think it is, like say you want to manifest like hundreds of millions of dollars, or you want to manifest a particular celebrity being your partner. You know, those seem like big things, impossible things. But in the spectrum of all of creation, your desires are a grain of sand. The reason that our desires always feel big is because we put them on a pedestal and make them the giant things. But most of us look at our big desires, our grand desires, our desires that we feel like are just so impossible, so greedy almost, so much, like too much. We make them bigger and something that we almost have to worship, something that rules us because we're so focused on it. We see it, only it, and we want it, but we feel so separate from it. So it's like this constant dynamic of yearning and wishing and wanting and worshiping this desire, when really, it's a tiny little speck of sand. So all it takes to shift our perception is to first kick it the hell off the pedestal, like get it off the pedestal. It is not that big. It's not that big. And I want you to visually imagine taking that desire and shrinking it all the way down to a tiny little grain of sand. Get a little bit of sugar or salt just to help you see the visual of how insignificantly small this thing is. And I want you to put all of your attention and focus into this tiny little thing being your desire and already manifested. When you can see it as this tiny little thing, you can start to feel, oh, how could this tiny little thing be bigger than the God essence, the infinite essence within me, who is all knowing, all loving, all powerful, all seeing, literally is embedded in every corner of this universe. How could that tiny little thing be bigger than me? It's not. So when you have that first perspective shift of realizing your desires aren't big at all, in fact, they're so tiny, you can then move into seeing yourself with everything that you want and it not feeling so big. It feeling actually wildly accessible right now. Feeling like this is so done because it's so small. This is done now. I already have the millions now. I am already super successful now. I already have a massively successful business. I already have a huge audience now. I already have the partner now. I'm already with Henry Cavill. I keep dreaming about Henry Cavill. I don't know why. He is not my celebrity crush. My celebrity crush is Jensen Ackles, but I keep dreaming about Henry Cavill. Don't know why. I already have the house. I already have the car. I already have every single thing I could possibly want. I already have it. Now I'm moving on to the next desires. The next wants, the next levels, because I want to experience everything that life has to offer, because I'm no longer getting caught up on how big the desire is, because it's so little. It's just a grain of sand. And if you're near a beach, I recommend you going to get like a little handful of sand, or even like maybe even a pinch of sand, because that's a lot, and labeling some of them as your desires and realizing it's so small. It's so insignificant. And then moving back into, of course, I am rich. Of course, I get it all. Of course, Henry Cavill wants to be my man. Of course. I'm pretty sure he's married now and is having a child. So I'll happily take a Henry Cavill doppelganger. But you're just like, of course. Like, everything bows to me. I'm the creator of my universe. Everything bows to me. Everything conforms to me. I'm not being too big for my britches. I am not being over the top, excessive. I'm just being the ultimate creator I came here to be. That is it. This is my universe. It's my world. So I create it however I want to create it. And I'm not fucking playing small anymore. I am going big, grain of sand, big and bigger and more infinite than I could possibly imagine. Because that is my innate essence. That is truly who I am. I am meant to be infinite and ultimate and with everything and everything that I desire to be. That is my mission here on earth, to experience it all before I go back into being the full essence of who I am and will be for all of eternity. So once you've had that perspective shift and you've moved into that knowing of like, of course, I am the powerful manifester and I get what I want. It's really about putting yourself on the pedestal and turning it into a throne. Turning it into the throne, your throne. You are the God of your reality. You're the queen, you're the king of your reality. So of course, you're the only one who's meant to be on that throne. And then it is really about just embodying that state, that knowing, that attitude, that self-concept, identity, the thoughts, assumptions, and feelings of being opulent. And just sitting there and knowing you're the king. The king doesn't get up and go and get anything. The queen doesn't get up and go and get anything. They decide what they want and they get it. So you decide what you want and you give it to yourself without moving. Without moving, you give it to yourself within. So I want you to think about how you want to move about in your day. I want you to think about what you want to do as the king or queen of your reality. I want you to think about when you go anywhere, when you talk to anyone, when you are just being by yourself in your home. I want you to adorn yourself with this attitude, with this state, with this knowing, with this self-concept that you are the king or queen of your reality, that it is all yours now. You only request and receive. You do not go and get. There's no part of you where you go and get what you want. You are the king or queen. You are the God of your reality. You just sit on your throne and look pretty. That's your only job. And then of course, when you go out in your everyday life, you continue this attitude and state. You feel it within and you move about your day from this place of feeling completely radiant, completely magnetic, completely attractive and vibrant and vivacious and confident and abundant, massively abundant. And if you want showy, if you want fancy, it is all of those great and beautiful things that feel really good. And that's the attitude that I want you to approach yourself, your life, and your everyday from this place of opulence. So my lovely, I hope you enjoyed this video and I can't wait to hear about your fun you are having while you are out there in the world being the kings and queens of your reality in this opulence era of yours. And if you want some free resources and you haven't signed up for them yet, I have a free abundance vault, which has 20 plus money mindset and manifestation resources I've made just for you. There's everything from challenges to workshops to worksheets to ebooks. Everything is in there for you to digest for free. Just head to the link in the description box below and I will see you in the next episode.